nothing better than playoff hockey. And tonight we have playoff hockey back in 2023. Feels good. Get yourself in front of the TV. Hurricanes are up first against the Islanders. Have a good night. Rink building initiative meeting Monday, April 17th. Flying solo this evening, so some solo updates. We'll be able to rip right through. I got a little agenda prepared, and we'll open up for questions at the end. Just kidding. All right, registration is open officially for Adult League and Youth League. Keeping it simple, one of each, taking place in Ballantyne at the DeFeo Rink at the Morrison YMCA. So construction plans continue to move forward at Waymer. Still mid-May, I'm sorry, is what we've been told. Probably about a month and a half ago was the last time we got that update, and I don't think we've received any news since then that anything has changed. I think it's going to construction is going to start in the tennis court around that time, and then basketball court sometime shortly after that. First thing that will happen to the basketball court is 2-inch overlay of asphalt, or overlay on top of the asphalt, and then they will surface the top of the tennis court material, and then we will talk about our Huntersville update shortly here. But let me just share real quick some visual assistance for this. Deadline for Adult League, Youth League is coming up first. Probably push that back a week, actually, now that the youth tournament is playing then. But we need to cut off registration for that league so that we can order jerseys for the kiddos. I don't have a lot of registrations right now, so that's interesting. Hoping for a little push once it gets closer to the deadline, and parents know their summer plans, etc. And then adult has a little bit later of a deadline because we're not ordering jerseys. We just go black and white t-shirt, making it optional for teams. If teams want to get together and order jerseys, they can come up with a logo, color, etc. Anyways, that's the update on our registrations that are open right now. No tournaments scheduled. I'm sorry, there is a youth tournament scheduled. We'll get to that in a second. No adult tournament scheduled for the time being. Next update, we have a meeting with a director of USA Ball Hockey, Cory Herschk. I had the privilege of meeting Cory at the Milet Cup last year after the Queen City Crowns victory. Basically shook my hand, pulled me aside, said some nice words about the team and the program, and agreed to keep in touch, which we have been doing. Shout out to board member secretary Ethan Pinto, who has reached out to Cory and gotten a meeting. We're going to talk about the pros and cons of a partnership with USA Ball Hockey. That'll be next week. We're inviting some key members. If anybody who is watching this video wants to attend that, let me know. We'll get you an invitation. It's basically Cory just meeting with our board plus a few other key members to talk through. I got some questions. There's definitely some pros about the obvious things, insurance coverage. There's something around them being able to review incidents that maybe are suspension worthy. So there's some advantages to delegating that to a third party like USA Ball Hockey. There's also some key disadvantages. So we'll talk about that. And there's a couple other items that make it beneficial to us. It'd be a $25 cost annually to our members. So every person who wants to be a part of CSHL would be asked to subscribe to and have a USA Ball Hockey membership. So that's, once you make that commitment, that can turn some people off. So anyways, there's pros and cons, and we're just going to meet with Cory to make the best decision. We'll make it as a board, and we'll listen to community members and CSHL members if you guys have strong opinions about that. Next update, Huntersville. So this is the update. We cannot cut off the basketball court lines. Michael J. Cox, who's the director of Huntersville Parks and Rec, has been quite strict on that. A little bit frustratingly so. It's nothing against basketball, but we have a program there that wants to legitimately grow. And this is the frustrating part with, there's either somebody he has to answer to, or it just doesn't look good. It's not a good reflection of Parks and Rec if they cut off corners of the basketball court, for example. So that was the alternative with an actual radius and boards. What we just got finalized this past week was that we're going to have basically a boxy rink with the exception of 2 panels in each corner that come out and go 45-degree angle. So we won't have it'll still be quite boxy, which is interesting, coming off the tennis court and the fence barriers. So it's going to be similar to that, of course, wider. I think we've shared the dimensions before. Maybe good to bring that up and share that as a reminder to everybody, how much wider, how much longer it's going to be. Why don't I bring that up right now? Bear with me. All right, so Waymer is currently 58 feet wide. And the new location is going to be 80 feet wide. So adding another 20 feet in width. We'll also have a legitimate bench area and timekeeper. And it's going to be permanently secured to the asphalt down there. So it's going to be locked in. And it's going to be those plastic pro wall boards. Anyways, we're excited about that. So what got finalized this week was the approval of the 45-degree angle corner boards. Not ideal for us, but it's what we needed to do with the logistics of, if we went with a radius in a corner, it actually cut off the 3-point lines and some of the out of bounds lines of the basketball court. And that's the way he wants to do it. So at this point, they're paying for most of this. We don't have much of a say. One thing I do want to mention, I can't remember if we've mentioned this before, CSHL is going to have to raise money for a portion of this project. So it was all to be provided by Huntersville Parks and Rec if it was the rink area with 4 sides. What we think is worth the growth of our program is about $10,000, maybe $12,000 in cost for compartments for bench area, penalty box and scorekeeper, and that will actually be framed between the basketball hoops that will come on the outside of the glass, or outside of the boards, I'm sorry, and the fence. There's going to be a fence on top of the boards, not glass. But the basketball hoops will come over. Anyways, the benches are between the 2 hoops. So we're paying extra for that, but I think that's going to legitimize it so much more. Anyways, that's the update. We have a meeting with, we're going back and forth with updated proposals. And it's basically just thumbs up, green light. We're going to share that with the vendor. I would think in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we'll get the official approval. We'll just work through any last minute things we got to think about. And then after they surface it with the 2-inch overlay, which will happen in mid-May, I don't know what else would hold up the project between June and July. So there's going to be construction going on for those couple months. Meantime, we're going to order those pro wall dasher boards. They got to manufacture them. And there's a lead time on that, and lead time on shipping, of course. And that will be self-installation. So we'll be putting out the bat signal. I'm sure we'll get a ton of people out there to help with the boards. That'll be a fun project to complete. So that is Huntersville. That's the rink situation up there. Next, tease a few future events. We've done this a few times already, but reminder about Matthews Beach Fest. It is now less than a month away. The 2 dates are the evening of Friday, May 12th. And we have the times here. So somewhere in the neighborhood of 6 or 6:30 to the end of the night at 10 p.m. And then Saturday, May 13th from 10:30 in the morning to 10 p.m. at night. So obviously quite a range of times there. And we're going to ask people to sign up for shifts to be able to come out maybe just a couple hours, because we're not going to have the same people to be able to do that for all 12 hours of Saturday plus 4 hours of Friday. So we're calling a meeting Tuesday, May 2nd. Tuesday, May 2nd. For anybody interested in volunteering, coming out. It's apparently Beach Fest is like a huge deal. I've never been to it, but it's a great way to give exposure to CSHL. There's going to be thousands of community members, and it's mostly family members. It's geared towards families, so there'll be a lot of kids and families walking around. And we'll have a 10-foot by 10-foot pop-up tent next to some other vendors. And we'll have some hockey equipment out there. It's gonna be crazy. So we're gonna have to, maybe keep it to kids who can come shoot on a little tiny net or something like that. But there's gonna be a lot of foot traffic and a lot of chaos around there, in a good way. It's gonna be a fun time, and we'll have groups of 3, 4, 5, 6 people out there at once, passing out buttons and promotional things. And we got merchandise that we were able to sell out there. We got approval for that, and then maybe a couple hockey sticks. So that those dates are coming up: May 2nd for the meeting, 12th and 13th, Friday and Saturday of May for Matthews Beach Fest. I mentioned May 6th, so let's bring that back up again. Youth tournament is happening in the morning. Excited about this. This got rained out April 1st and rescheduled for May 6th. So that will go on in the morning. And then leading to our NBHL exhibition game between the Crown and the Rise. That's happening at 2:30, so 9 a.m. for the youth tournament, 2:30 for the exhibition game. It's going to be a great day for CSHL and ball hockey in Charlotte, and just hockey in general. So looking forward to that. We have our CSHL golf tournament. This is basically the last few days. Sign up for that. Come out and have some fun with us. It's Friday, April 28th. I think I have a visual for this as well. I'll share screen for those of you who are visual learners. Hopefully you got that day off from work. If not, get on it. Strategically pick Friday so that we can have a fun day. Full day. It's a shotgun start up at Warrior Golf Course. Here's the details. 4-man scramble. We'll have prizes, whole prizes. We've got some sponsors up there. Be a good time. I'm looking forward to that. So hopefully you can sign up. If you don't have the link's open on our website. Check it out, charlottestreethockeyleague.org. And then finally, want to introduce something the board is about to unveil after our next board meeting in May. So a little sneak peek preview of something we're excited about. We're expanding our position offerings, the influence that people may want to have out there with some what we're deeming as non-voting board positions. So you'll be involved in higher level discussions, maybe meet once a month as a board member with the 5 board members. There's marketing, administration, executive, financial, and operations officers, 5 of them. Then a secretary is a 6th. Secretary is a non-voting. And then the proposal for 5 new positions. So it could potentially be an 11-person board. And I'm going to throw those up on the screen right now. So youth ambassador works with the CEO to oversee youth operations. So that's a position we're looking for someone to jump into. It's just organizing the youth leagues, coordinating the referees, assisting board members in some of the registration process. Just a youth ambassador, somebody who's, obviously takes quite a bit of time to put into the program here, or at least up until this point. So this position, think long-term into the future, this position would be for somebody who wants to contribute and wants to have a voice, and that effort is worth a board position. Next is a rules and safety committee leader. This person would oversee the committee. Obviously, we have that right now. We have that committee. They make the rules. They listen to league members between seasons to tweak things to make them better. So this person would actually get a spot on the board. Parent community member. This is a key one. This is a great idea. This is many of these are Frank Losey's ideas, by the way, with some of his experience serving on other nonprofit boards. But I thought this was a great idea. Preferably somebody in Huntersville. Like a parent would make a great board member. It doesn't have to be Huntersville, it could be around the area, but a lot of leverage there when we speak to Huntersville Parks and Rec and attend their meetings. If we have a board member on our board that is also a community member of Huntersville. Roller hockey leader, obviously we want to continue that. We've had a lot of success this season. Another Frank victory. He's overseen that for the first couple months of 2023 here. We're going to take a break in the summer with roller and possibly bring back a fall league. And Frank's going to pass it off to this member, whoever this might be. So we have a few people in mind who might be good candidates for that, and we'll see who steps up for that. And then a social media manager and some of the duties that they'd be responsible for and targets here would be, just promoting things on the website and encouraging registrations, trying to grow our organization. So that is number 5 here. So anyways, excited about all those things. We're going to reveal those after our next board meeting, as mentioned, sometime in May. I think it's like either the first or the second week of May. And right now there's just clogs. There's a lot of people at the board level that it's just becoming overwhelming with the opportunity that we have to really do this well. And got things in mind like a CSHL podcast that would fall under the realm of CSHL social media manager. So stuff like that, like cool stuff to really allow our league to blossom, get the spotlight on it. Maybe something in media. Shout out Mark Travato for the work that he has put in. It's a lot of heavy lifting. So if we can figure out a team to be able to do that moving forward. It's just easier. You can delegate individual roles that aren't too much for one individual person, but if you do that with 4, 5, 6 people and everybody contributes a little bit, and you can put together something really great on a regular basis here. So anyways, those are the updates for the Monday, April 17th Rink Building Initiative connection. A lot of updates, Rink related and otherwise. And then I said I was going to open up for questions, but we're pressed on time. So we'll have to hold those until next time. So 2 weeks from today, back on. Today is the 17th, so that would be Monday, May 1st. And that will be a beginning to a busy week and a busy month for CSHL, and a lot of great things happening. So we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching this. Take care. Have a good night. Enjoy playoff hockey, baby.